let's get into Ja Morant, man. So Ja Morant
Okay.
is being talked about as a potential asset that's going to be traded by the trade deadline of February 5th. Some of the teams that are linked to him: the Kings, the Wolves, the Miami Heat, the Milwaukee Bucks, Chicago Bulls. Out of all of these teams, who do you say would benefit the greatest?
I would remove the Bucks and I would remove the Heat as the greatest impact to that organization. The Bucks have
Okay,
Giannis, and bringing Ja Morant would be as a number two piece.
keep going.
Miami is the next one I would remove because that's a Pat Riley organization. That organization comes first, and Ja Morant has too much of a history of putting himself first and not thinking of organization. So
Okay,
also for that organization, very high risk. On a side note, there's been an article that just came out that says Ja Morant just bought a house in Miami, whatever that means. I would eliminate those two. So now that leaves the Bulls, the Kings, and the Bucks. Right. So for the Wolves, also not a fit. They have Anthony
interesting.
Edwards. Yeah,
They're in desperate need of a point guard, though, bro.
I hear you, but I'm looking at personalities. I'm looking
Okay,
at face of the franchise. I think Ja Morant. I don't, I don't know if his maturity can handle him being the second, banana. And
okay,
even in Memphis, where some would argue that Triple J is the main guy, I think they all follow Ja Morant's lead because he's been their leader. I think with the Wolves, you also run a risk of conflict with Anthony Edwards, with Julius Randle. Those are tough personalities. So I think
okay,
there's a high risk there. I
okay.
think the two rewards lie in the Bulls and the Kings. The Kings are not playing well. They're having a very poor season. They don't have a true superstar. I think with the Kings, I think that's a good fit for Ja Morant in terms of we go as far, Ja, as you can take us, right? That would be an ideal location. Now, he may not like it because of the history of the franchise. And the
Yeah.
Bulls, a very similar effect. You have Giddy, a couple of other players, but for the most
Who-
part, he could go in there and be the leader of the organization. And from
All right.
his perspective, I think that would be a good fit for him.
Now you look at it from Ja Morant's, if it was his choice
Right.
and where he'd be the best fit. But if you were looking at assets that the Memphis Grizzlies would want that would help them get past to where they're at right now, let me go ahead and read you off some of these guys. The guys that could be of interest would be Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, Russell Westbrook. That's the Kings. Now, you could probably argue out of those four, DeMar DeRozan would probably help the Memphis Grizzlies the most.
Yes,
Would you
agreed.
say the same thing?
Yeah, he's the best player today. Yes.
Okay, the Wolves. Now, the Wolves have three guys that I think that would be attractive to the Memphis Grizzlies, and they are Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, Jaden McDaniels. Out of these three, I would argue that DiVincenzo would probably be the best fit, although I think McDaniels is the best player out of these three.
Yeah. Although you know what's funny is I'll take any of those three players over DeMar DeRozan
Right.
today.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Today.
so you have to look at it from the GM standpoint. You
Yep.
looked at
Yep.
it from
No,
the
I'm
John
with you.
Morant
I'm with you.
standpoint, and that
You're
makes
good to
sense.
me.
Out of these guys right now, you're saying the Wolves, McDaniels is the guy that you would pick. Out of all the guys that we mentioned so far, the McDaniels is the best out of the Kings, and then the
Yep.
Wolves, what they have to
Yep.
offer,
He's the
right?
best player. Correct.
Okay. Next one, the Miami Heat. These are some of the guys that they could throw in. All right. Bam Adebayo,
Woo!
Tyler Hero, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins.
You think they give up Bam Adebayo for Ja Morant?
I'm not. I'm just throwing out guys that
Oh, no, I hear you.
Memphis Grizzlies would want.
Bam all day.
Yeah, but see,
Bam
but
all day.
Memphis already has like a Triple J, right? They already have the Zach Edey. I mean, Bam Adebayo, why, right?
Well, I'm
So
telling you right now, if I can get a Bam Adebayo,
yeah,
I'm trading Ja and Triple J for maybe another point guard or a wing 3-and-D player or something. But I follow the golden rule. Like when you're drafting, never mind what position you need, draft talent.
okay,
Draft for talent.
yeah,
And out of everyone you just mentioned, dude, I'll take Bam yesterday.
okay. So I mean, you could do Bam Adebayo, and I haven't looked at how the contracts kind of work out.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
no, it's
throwing
all
out
good.
assets right now, right? So
Yep,
Adebayo and maybe like a Davion Mitchell, for instance,
yep,
because Davion
yep.
Mitchell's on the Miami Heat. So they could probably do Davion and Adebayo for a John Moran and maybe somebody else from Memphis to kind of make the salaries work. Because I think Bam Adebayo might be higher priced out of all those
Yep.
guys, right? All right. So you're saying Adebayo would be the most attractive to Memphis out of all the
To
guys that
Memphis.
we mentioned.
Yes.
Okay. Next,
Correct.
the Bucks. Giannis is way more valuable. He's not even be considered in this
Well,
conversation.
it would be pointless to pick up Ja and get rid of Giannis.
Exactly. So the guys that they have are Miles Turner, Kevin Porter Jr., Ryan Rollins. Not even close to the talent of
No.
why the Miami Heat are being linked, because they
Yeah,
have they have a talent
yeah.
pool that is very attractive to the Memphis Grizzlies. The last team are the Bulls. Now the Bulls have Josh Giddey, pretty good player. Nikola Vucevic, old but pretty good player. You have Kevin Herter, and you have Matas Bucelis. Out of all that, you still look at the Heat, and they have the best package.
Correct. But out of that batch, I take Giddey. If he's being offered, I take Giddey for Ja.
Okay, so in the order of attractiveness from a GM standpoint, you say Adebayo and the Miami Heat would be
Miami Heat
one.
are one.
Okay,
Correct.
after that, would you say it's the Wolves or the Bulls? The Wolves are Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, Jaden McDaniels.
The Wolves.
Okay, I
The
agree.
Wolves.
And then after that, it'd be the Bulls.
The Bulls. The
Okay,
Kings are
and then
last. The Bucks would be last. The Kings and the Bucks. Yeah.
so now you can see like the process of what the GMs are probably considering. Like you looked at it from a, hey, I'm Ja Morant. Where would I want to go? Where would I have the best fit? And then we kind of looked at it from a GM standpoint as to what assets do we value here at Memphis that would help our team, right?
Yeah.
Where would it be a win-win situation?
You know, as you mentioned these names, the one that's kind of ringing to me is Tyler Hero for Ja Morant. That
It's
seems fair.
I agree with you.
That
I
seems
agree with
about
you.
right.
I agree with you. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that gets rolled out, man.
Yep.
We just went through the process of elimination based on assets. So John Morant is going to be on the move. We just couldn't over 5 teams that are potential destinations, and we went through the process of figuring out who the best team could be, and we think it is the Miami Heat, and it's
Yep.
possible that it could be Tyler Hero.
Hey everybody, this is William Del Pilar, founder of Grumblings Media, and I want to say thank you for watching our content. If you want to support our all-volunteer efforts at Grumblings Media, smash the subscribe button right here. 100% free, and please consume and share our great content. Click either one of these two boxes for more of our work.